Welcome to the University of Delaware. In this short video, graduate teaching assistants discuss what they do to enhance student learning in their courses.
Hi, my name is Radhika Nagarkar. I'm a doctoral candidate at the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry at University of Delaware. My TA experience has been in teaching lab sections, and I have primarily taught 100 and 300 level chemistry labs which is basically teaching chemistry to non-majors.
Hi, my name is Manuel Torres. I'm a PhD student in the Department of Sociology and Criminal Justice at the University of Delaware. I was a TA for 3 semesters, and I have taught 3 courses here at the University of Delaware.
My name is Gina Henderson. I'm in the Department of Geography. I'm studying to eventually get a PhD in climatology. I've TA'd a number of courses throughout my grad career. A couple of ones I've taught in winter session that I've been the sole instructor of is Geography 101 and Geography 152.
Michelle Oswald, Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering doctoral student. I've taught for 3 semesters, twice in an introductory transportation engineering class, and then once for a graduate course in civil infrastructure systems.
My name is Huda Nitu. I'm a second-year PhD student majoring in animal science, and I'm from the Department of Animal and Food Sciences. I've TA'd multiple courses, either classroom-based or science lab courses.
My name is Lisa Gursky. I'm a PhD student in the Biological Sciences Department, and I taught Introductory Biology 2 labs last semester.
Hi, my name is Nicole Ruggiano. I am a PhD graduate from the School of Urban Affairs and Public Policy, and I graduated in May of 2008. I taught a variety of courses. I taught introductory courses in the Women's Studies program and also the leadership program in the School of Urban Affairs. And I taught advanced classes in the leadership program in the School of Urban Affairs.
My name is Daniel Raganisi, and I'm a doctoral student in the Mechanical Engineering Department. And I was a lab instructor and also a group discussion assistant for solid mechanics class for 1 semester.
What worked for me really was asking a lot of questions so that I knew exactly what my students understood, and I would start from that level and then go further. And with teaching non-majors, I felt that even if I don't get through the entire lab by the book, but I still leave them with a good feeling for what they have learned. If I leave them with a feeling good about themselves and that they can study chemistry, perhaps they won't see this as a very difficult subject. So I wanted them to go away from my lab feeling good about themselves, that they had learned something.
Students really like to take part in the learning process themselves. You can't really just lecture for an hour 15 minutes, because you will be tired, the students will be bored and tired. And so taking what's being talked about in the classroom and applying it to everyday scenarios or to activities within the classroom can make the class experience more fun. It can also, make them actually learn better. And I've seen improvements on, certain topics that I have used activities and seen the improvements in grades and see how students grasp these concepts much easier.
I would come into class, and instead of just work through an example problem where I would go step by step and then give them the answer at the end, I started having the students, I would put the question up on the board and I'd have the students each provide a step throughout the process to get to the final answer. So they would be contributing to the final answer and understand why they're getting there, so that not only they can work on it in class, but when they're by themselves without me there, they could solve the problem in homeworks and exams, and I would just serve as a guide rather than the provider of the information.
Try to give the students a lot of opportunities for developing application skills. I think it's very helpful for them to take the course content and learn different ways of how they can use it, and it also helps them learn how they can apply it later on when they have jobs after they're finished.
In the very first day of lab, just go explicitly through the curriculum, through the syllabus, and let them know exactly what they'll be graded on and exactly what your expectations are for them. I've also found that making the labs relevant is very helpful to student learning. When you bring up real-life examples or explain how techniques used in these labs are used in real scientific laboratories or in the field, it makes it a lot more interesting for the students.
I've noticed that levels of interests, questions, and general morale of the class is highest when the session is broken up by interactive pieces and tasks and assignments that they have to do in class.
One of the things that was a great success to us was really writing a rubric. So what I mean by that is when you're giving students an assignment, whether it is an essay or an article, it's good to also give them a rubric that essentially is an outline or a guideline of what the TAs expect from the students with respect to content, background, style, format, etc., so that students have a better idea of what TAs are expecting from them.
One of the best way to get students engaged is to ask questions, because it forces them to think and to respond, and ask them what they're doing, and also ask them why they're doing it, because oftentimes, especially in lab, they just want to get in, get out, get the data, but the whole point is to try to teach certain concepts. And so if you ask them questions, and then they're forced to try to understand what's really going on.
One piece of advice that I've kind of really taken to heart is learn how to allot time for dealing with the TA responsibilities as well as your own responsibilities as a student. I mean, don't forget you are a student most of all.
Additionally, I would say one more thing is to really get to know your students. I think the help sessions work well when I got to, personalize them and figure out what the strengths were and weaknesses were with each student's learning, and I could gear my teaching to that.
Don't be afraid to talk to people to see what's worked for them, so you can see if you like those aspects of those ideas, you can absorb them into your own teaching style. But also, if you've got some ideas of your own, don't be scared to try them, obviously as long as they're within the boundaries of what the professor wants for that course.
I feel that as a TA, we have to basically just take a step back and think that our role here is to act as a mediator between the instructor and the students. And so we have to really think from the standpoint of the instructor and try to think, okay, the instructor, what is he trying to expect? What is he expecting from his students at the end of the day? And so try to impart that knowledge and transmit that to the students.
Well, I would say first, always be enthusiastic. It's very helpful especially when you're new to teaching. If you're not sure of yourself and you show a lot of enthusiasm, the students will work with you.
The best advice I could have is have fun. I really enjoyed being a TA, and it was often the highlight of my day. It was a great break from studying and working, and I really enjoyed the student interaction. I enjoyed getting to know some of the professors that I might normally not get to know because they're not in my research. And I think if you enjoy it and you have fun, then the whole experience will go much better.